Good afternoon. My name is Robert and I try things. And today we're going to try stitching the longest single row in this Bulbasaur cross stitch that I have been able to tell is going to be long. There could be a longer one somewhere that I haven't noticed, but I think this one's going to be really long. I'm going to have to take this pin out. It's going to be, may as well switch here. It's going to be, I don't know. There we go. It's going to be from the corner of the mouth here, all the way back along here to where it hits this spot. So this colored spot here. Excuse me. Now I got to roll this back up and pin it back up until I get there. I do have to finish the row that I'm on, and then we'll be able to switch to that row, which take a little bit of finagling. Move the hoop. Sugoi! What are we all wowing about, Brian? Good afternoon, Brian. What are the kids up to? Are they... Ow! I just stabbed myself. They're napping, I bet. So, I've seen it as Sugoi and Sugoe. Are they like the same thing? It's just like whichever one. And actually, you know what? The only way I've seen it Sugoe is on the... oh, what's her name? Something Chan wants to hang out. It's the girl with the short gray / silver hair and giant boobs. Who is preventing her senpai from being a loner. Oh, what's his name? Or her name? What is her name? Alright, hold on. Let me open up my Plex and find out. Ow, I stabbed myself. Do I not have Plex installed? Okay. Oops. Hold on a second. Let's turn off studio mode. There we go. Uzaki-chan. I don't remember her first name. There we go. Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. That's the only place I've seen the Sugoe. Who is there? Hi, Ariel. Good afternoon. Konnichiwa. We are going to work on some Japanese, but I wanted to do some cross-stitching first. We're going to do the longest uninterrupted row in this whole cross-stitch. Oi. So, I feel like my afternoon streams are better populate. Wait a minute. I just separated out one strand, right? Or did... No, I didn't. Okay. I did not actually separate it out. So I feel like I'm getting better attendance in the afternoon than I am in the evening, which is interesting. Maybe I need to shift my normal streaming schedule on like Thursday or both days or something like that. All right, now we're separating out the single strand. I got distracted, and so I was doing the wrong thing. Okay. There we go. All right, so now we can do our loop start, which involves doing both ends of the thread together, making a loop at the other end. And then when we, get started stitching, I'll pass the needle through the loop and it will like lock itself in place. So I don't have to do any tying or anchoring or anything. Which for me is very nice. I've gotten pretty good at threading this needle. I don't know that I'd be any good at threading a smaller needle, like an actual sewing needle, but this needle, I've gotten pretty good at it. So I don't know how well you can tell, but this area under his right eye, yeah, you can kind of see there is like a thicker spot or whatever. There are several blemishes under this eye, and I don't know why that one particular area is just not pretty. Why it's just happened that all the bad things have happened to that one area. Where's my paper? Okay. We cannot see that. Let's see. Let's get me shifted. Can we see that? So which way? Just need to move this way. I thought this was in the same position it was before. Oop, that was too much. Also the wrong direction. Oh, crap. Man, I am just failing hardcore here. Okay. Maybe this way. That's better. That makes me feel better. Okay. There we go. So we start the stitch from the back, and then we go back in from the front, and then now we've got this loop of thread that I'm going to pull the needle through. There we go. And now that just cinches itself against there. So now there's nothing else to do to get this one started. So I do have a meetup group thingy plans for at 6 this evening, but it's like 2 minutes away. It's literally around the corner. Well, okay, not literally, but it's around 2 corners. Yeah, because there's a lot of curving, but I only turn twice. And then once into the parking lot, but whatever. Gonna go get some custard. I really like frozen custard. This Sheridan's place is good. I kind of forgot this was scheduled today, and so I got some custard Sunday, and so I should have not done that on Sunday because I was coming today. But oh well. So I do have to finish this row, but there's only like 10 stitches left. And then I'll be able to start on that longest row. Come on now. There we go. Now, common sense tells me that I should stop here or like along this curve here along the edge of its face, and that would be the smart thing to do. But there is one row that goes across the top of the mouth and then under this edge line here back all the way to that spot, and I'm just like, why not? It's going to be difficult, but I would be disappointed in myself if I didn't go and do that just for the giggles. All right, I got to pull you through. Right. And then if I screw it up, there's like video evidence. Sad news. Why is Ariel sad? Who made you sad? I have a guess as to what it is. What made you sad? Come on. Okay, fine. I'm just going to cut this. There's my cutter. All right. The school cafeteria job won't let you accessorize or color your hair or have your piercings. That's no fun. I understand why, kinda. A school and then a cafeteria specifically, kinda. Gemstar-san! Konnichiwa. Genki desu. We were talking about Ariel. She has, you've been offered for real the job at the cafeteria, and they said they won't let her wear her accessories or her piercings or color her hair. And I definitely understand the accessories or piercings in the cafeteria because that's like a food safety thing. But coloring her hair, the only reason I could think of for that would just be to not give the students the idea that they could do that. Also, other things have you kind of sad right now, but it's not for stream. I'm sorry. Ireland was having a rough day too. It seems like a lot of people are having a rough day. I hope your day gets better. Okay. So we are, Gem, we are going to be working on the longest single row, as far as I can tell, or uninterrupted row in this cross stitch. It's going to go from the corner of the mouth here, because it's going to start on this side, and then it's going to skip a few stitches at the corner of the mouth. And then from here all the way back to, there's a spot, roughly that one, I think, back here. That it's going to run into. And as far as I can tell, that's the longest single stitch, unless maybe from somewhere around here it goes all the way back to its butt, maybe, but I have doubts. I think there's a spot in the way of that too, so we'll see. So I am starting on that extra long row on the part that is on this side of the mouth. Yeah. We hope your day gets better. Jem, how is your day going? O genki desu ka? I have spoken maybe like a dozen words of Japanese out loud. So pronunciation and figuring out what words and whatnot is going to be rough for anything I might say. And I probably won't have a lot to say because I don't know a lot of words. One thing, though, that I really appreciate about Japanese versus like Spanish in particular, or any of the Romance languages, is that there's basically no concept of conjugation. You don't have different forms of verbs based on who's doing it or when. Day's all right, but you slept in like crazy, so now you're like, how is it 4 already? Did you like just wake up? Is that a stitch? I think that is a stitch. Okay, so I got to go back here and then jump across to here. There it is. You came in with the Japanese because my stream said I was doing the Hiragana game. You've been up since 11 something? Okay, that's not that late. But yes, 5 hours does kind of go by quickly if you've gotten up that late. As far as the Hiragana game, I will be playing that. I just wanted to start with the cross stitch. Maybe I should make the category art for the time being. Would you like me to DM you when I switch to the game? Nope, come here. I'll just do art. Your kid slept until nearly 2 because he kept getting up to tell you he was having trouble sleeping. Which made you have trouble sleeping. You'll probably be lurking. Okay. Oops. I need the paper back. My speakers are a little bit too loud. I can hear the non-delayed version coming out of my speakers before the delayed version coming into my headset. And so it's throwing me a little bit off the music. But I can't reach over and turn the speaker down because the camera tripod is in the way and several wires. And oh no, a knot! Okay. It hadn't gotten too tight yet. Anyway, and I don't want to deal with moving all of that in order to get the volume down enough to not hear the echo. Come on, untwist yourself. There we go. So, I feel like I need to tilt the camera up some more. Come on, I didn't like you that badly, did I? Okay, is that better? Yeah, I think that's a little better. All right, so this begins the longest section. So we're gonna get out to like here-ish, and then I'm gonna have to undo the hoop and move it, and then move it back when we come back the other direction. And after that one row, more than likely, I'll just stop here and follow the curve of the face. I just wanted to do that one row just because. It just felt like the right thing to do. I feel like I missed the hole there and got between fibers. Nope, nope. Come on now. Is that right? Yeah, okay, that's right. I was watching Arlen's stream. Let me shout her out. She is still streaming. I was watching her stream.
Auto. Close?
I don't know what happened
Ow!
here. I wasn't here.
Hi,
for
Duck.
this.
Don't
Hi,
step up
Duck.
my computer. Ow!
Oh, hey, hi, Duck. That's what the clip was about. Duck is her dog.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Duck.
Duck, you're making this very difficult.
That dog. Anyway, I was watching her stream, and she's playing medieval Sims, and right now, so you move between characters to accomplish different quests in that play mode, and right now she is the monarch, who is the ruler, and I suppose they don't call it the king, even though this one is male, because it doesn't necessarily have to be male. I don't know. So she's the monarch right now, and twice as she was walking back into the village, she was accosted by cut purses. Twice in like 5 minutes. The first one she sent to the pit to be eaten by the beast, and then the other one she just put him in the stocks. To have tomatoes and eggs thrown at him and be shamed for his crimes and be really physically uncomfortable. So my understanding is they put you in the stocks for like multiple days, so you can't really sleep, and you're like bent over at the waist, and it kind of doesn't matter what height you are. If you're too tall or too short, it just makes it even more uncomfortable. Medieval torture methods, period, are just really bad. All right, we're halfway across the mouth now. When I'm in a good rhythm and I'm got good aim, pedantic technicality here, but only because you just learned it while you were making a silly meme. The stocks are the ones for feet, and the pillory is the one for the head and hands. I know I've heard the name or the word pillory before, but I had no idea that those were separate things. Okay, well, you should send that to the Sims 4 team. No, I honestly like pedantic technicalities. I do that a lot, so I appreciate you correcting me and informing me, Gemstar. Pillory. How did you learn that? You said you learned it recently. Where'd it come from? Oh no, you said you learned it while you were making a meme, and that could have been any time ago. Kind of wish I had a stand. You just posted the meme to Zap's Discord. Okay. So, every once in a while, my shoulder, right around where the joint is and all the muscles and everything, it feels like somebody has taken a rubber band and gone snap around the top of my shoulder. Don't know what caused it. It doesn't really hurt much. No, I don't need you to switch. Memes. There it is. Stonks. That is a silly meme. Okay, so that actually, if you've got a bench to sit on and you're more or less level, that actually doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. That's more of a humiliation. The pillory is what I would think would be really, really uncomfortable and painful, depending on your height and build and things like that. Huh. The issue is, though, that people can come and steal your shoes and tickle your feet. Oh, that would be torture. Especially considering shoes were like handmade and expensive at the time. But yeah, the tickling could be really bad. So did you like make the meme because you found out that the stocks were for the feet and you wanted to educate? For some reason, on a camera and in pictures, okay, and I can sort of see it a little bit with the naked eye. Excuse me. Getting some hiccups. Right along this line, it looks like it's thinner down here than it is up here. And I don't know why. It was just a thing that popped into your head while you were thinking about the stonks meme. I'm curious why you were thinking about the stonks meme. Probably because you'd just seen one, I bet. I don't know. You just seem like a very unique person, Gemstar. Ariel has 2 interviews tomorrow to try and replace the grocery store job you have currently. Okay, so before you can start the cafeteria job, there's a meme group on Facebook called Useless, Unpopular, and Unsuccessful Memes, and people post all manner of weird shit. Huh. And there can be some really, really weird memes. I've seen some on like Imgur, which I have quit for the second time because it made me depressed. Just seeing all the shit going on in the world that people make memes out of. So I actually have a running list on your phone of ideas that you've had and might eventually make to post there. See, people have ideas. I don't have ideas. Ideas are kind of given to me, and I decide whether or not I'm going to act on them. Yes, sorry, Ariel. Good luck. I didn't even think to say it because I know you're going to ace it, but good luck. Ganbate. Okay, so Gem, is it ganbate or ganbare? Raffle time! Exclamation mark join to win up to 5,000 try-its with which you can mess with the stream. If you want to see what the options are for messing with the stream, exclamation mark store. It'll list them out. And it doesn't list the prices, but it'll send you the link to the Stream Elements store where you can see the prices and the descriptions and everything. My favorite one right now is do a barrel roll. So you could do exclamation mark buy and then do a barrel roll, all one word, and that would be pretty cool, in my opinion. Ganbate is the gerund form, you think? You'd use that for a command. Oh, yeah, like mite and mate and... Okay, yes, okay. So ganbare is like... Ganbarimasu is the mas form of the verb, and ganbaru is the short form. Okay. By the way, Jem, congratulations on your 5,000 try-its. With that, you can... No, I don't remember the prices now. Pretty sure you can play Truth or Dare with me. Or... Yeah, honestly, I don't remember. I should have an automatic thing. I wouldn't be able to. I don't know how to... It doesn't have the capability. This is the message I'll ignore, saying to drink some water. You know what I'm going to drink instead? Beer. So, Jem, having learned even the tiniest amount of Japanese, have you come across the harrowing realization that almost every anime character's name is a god-awful pun? When I think of anime characters with pun names, that would be Naruto is the first one I think of. If you're not sure about Ganbare, you think there's an eru ending for verbs that has to do with ability, so you could probably say Ganbareru, which would be something like be able to do one's best, but that's where you start to get hazy. That's already more than I know. You already got me beat there. Honestly, you're just thinking about Azuma Kazuma from Yakitate, Japan. Azuma Kazuma. I know there's a Kazuma in Konosuba. The whole series is about bread and puns. Okay, that sounds fun. And the show's called Yakitate, Japan. Real quick, let me look that up. Okay. That has been opened. The title is a pun because pan is the loan word for bread. Okay. Yakitate, Japan. Oh, yeah, I guess using Japan in the name is not going to be normal because they call it Nihon. So it's about this Japanese kid who's decided he wants to make bread a thing in Japan instead of just rice all the time. So is it like 1600s? Is this where, like, after the Portuguese brought over bread? I just finished yesterday, the day before, can't remember. What's it called? Akebi-chan's sailor uniform. And there's a girl there. It's pretty modern times. Is it bread a thing? Oh, bread instead of so much rice. Because, yes, rice is the staple instead of bread. But, like, I had thought that bread was pretty common anyway. At least as far as anime has communicated to me. But yes, rice is the staple, and he wants bread to be the replacement for rice? Huh. Ow! Stabbed myself. Good thing this is like a darning needle, not a sewing needle. Totally stabbed myself with a pin a little while ago. All right, we are getting over to the area where I'm going to need to move the hoop. Let me do 1 or 2 more stitches, although I'm having trouble seeing the holes here. Okay, so we'll just shove that through. And actually, you know what? We got to pull all the pins out because everything's going to move. Okay, so there's part of the hoop, that's the outer part. Then the inner part that goes, you put the fabric between the outer and the inner. So I'm trying to figure out, do we think that this is longer than this? Yeah, that looks longer. As far as uninterrupted row. Now I thought this was going to go all the way back to its butt, but it's not. So yeah, that's like the overall progress right now. I don't know how well you can see the outline of the bulb going up here. There's a highlight section out here that's going to need a different color, and then like a lighter green that's going to go on the rest of this. And then, you know, obviously this color pretty much everywhere except underneath here is a shadow color. Stitching on black fabric is a challenge, my dude. Is that why you have the white piece of paper on the desk? Yeah, pretty much. So I can see through the holes where to aim my needle coming back up. Okay. You've done cross stitch, Gem? Okay. Is that where I want it? Let's give me as much space stitching back as I can before I have to move it. And I'm only going to go to the spot. I'm not going to continue through behind it. That's going to need a different section of work. I'm not sure why I decided black fabric. I guess I just thought it would look cooler as a finished piece with like a black background instead of white. Come on. Come on now. There it goes. I don't need this to be like super tight because it's not going to be here forever, but I do want it tight enough that I can get tension. Okay. All right. So we've got another 1.5 inches back to the spot here. Oh shoot, I could have made that. Shoot, I could theoretically have the whole row, I think, visible. Yeah, that's right at the edge, though. Yeah, probably not wise. Although I did see somebody who does it this way, where they... No, I don't need to try anything new now at this moment. So the goal eventually is to do all 4 first-gen starter Pokemon, and I count Pikachu there because Pokemon Yellow is first-gen. I remember the second time I played Pokemon Yellow, I think I Game Sharked myself a what's it called? A Thunderstone, and made Pikachu evolve. And when it did, Raichu no longer followed me around. And I did not like that. It made me very sad when I was like 12 years old. I don't want to get too involved with like pinning all the extra fabric because I'm just going to move it again and then stay over in that area after that. I just wanted to get this long row done. Okay. I was like, where's my needle? It's right where I left it in the fabric. Gemstar, is it easier to see the holes on white fabric? By the way, I don't know why this takes so long. Oh, that's all it does? Okay, give me just a second. Charlie is asleep up in the cat tower, directly behind my camera here. It's one of his favorite places to nap. You think it depends a lot on lighting, really? Yeah. Thank you. Gotta go get ready for work. See you later. I may come back to lurk once you get to the desk since you're not on register today. Okay. Bye, Ariel. Drive safe. Have fun. Tweet about, I guess you're not. If you're doing the announcements, give us the chance to like your tweet, so you can do it in the Iwu voice. By the way, Gemstar, you can trigger that yourself almost anytime you want. I think there's like 5 minutes cooldown on it. ! Big kitty cam. All one word. Or actually, no, just kitty cam. No big. If you want the small version over my shoulder, that's ! Little kitty cam. Is this it? Yep. Okay. So that is the longest row. I thought it was going to be longer. I thought I was going to be more impressed with this. I'm a little bit disappointed that the spot is in the way and it didn't go all the way back to his butt. Oops. I thought this was going to be more impressive. I mean, it's still 8 inches long, but still. It's only like 2 inches longer than the rest of the face. Did not realize it was so close. I thought it was going to be at least another 2 or 3 inches. Yeah, I think once I get this row done, I'll switch over to the Hiragana battle game. That game takes way longer to play than I originally thought it would. I accidentally did the lesson for the H series at the end of last time I was playing. Which includes the Dakuten and the Han Dakuten tournaments of the B and P series. So we won't have to do that part before we actually go out on the mission. think I pretty much have the Hiragana down. I'm mostly just looking to finish the game to finish it, and as, you know, another form of review. I do need to spend time on the katakana, which there is a game for that, and then there's also a kanji version of the game, which I know, like, almost no kanji yet. Like, I'd probably be able to recognize the kanji for, like, watashi and, so yobi, that's not day, because you've got, like, you know, kinyobi, getsuyobi, all of that, but yobi, that character by itself is not pronounced just yobi, right? Am I weird? Do I have bad information? Yeah, well, like, for the word day, like just one day or any day, not necessarily the days of the week. The reading is just the yo part? Okay. Getting to the end of this thread. I wonder... Yeah, I want to rethread and get to the end of the row before I quit. I can probably rethread and move the hoop at the same time. Gonna go look it up real quick. Suddenly you don't remember. I mean, you've probably forgotten more than I've learned so far. Why do I have so little lead there? Okay. That makes me feel more secure. Gemstar, did you got Axie's sub badges resized? I think I saw that. Did you ever get the tip panel header over to the guy whose name I don't know? All right, we are getting close to the end of this thread. Maybe one or two more stitches. No, that's just too much effort right now. All right, so we'll pass that through farther along the row so that we can stitch over it and anchor it. There's my thread. Uh-oh. I don't need to set the needle down. I don't need it to fall off. I dropped it last time I streamed. Found it, thankfully. Pretty quickly. There we go. I used to do like really long threads so I wouldn't have to change as often, but I was getting knots a lot, and also it was kind of rough on my arms to do all that stretching back and forth on every stitch. Also, I learned it was kind of best practice not to do that, to do shorter ones. So this is as long as I go now, more or less. Come on. There we go. Oh, and I was going to move the hoop too. Itchy ear. Okay, now we're back to where we were. Except I have kind of messed up the hoop here. Come on. There we go. Now, oh, that was the problem. I had the rolled up corner of the cloth caught under the hoop. Come on now. I understand it's kind of difficult for something circular to do this. Okay, so it looks like the kanji you use when you're talking about the days of the week is just the yo part. Okay. And then I guess adding the B. So one of the things that really, really confused me about Japanese when I very first started looking into it, and actually before that even, just, you know, is how different combinations of the same kanji can be pronounced differently. And so I guess adding the B part at the end of that is just part of the pronunciation and the way that the days of the week work. No, don't pop out. So, Saturday, what is Saturday? Kinyobi, Mokeyobi? No. So you'd first put the kanji for what day it is, yeah, and then you put the yo, like Sunday, Monday, right? Monday, right. And then the day kanji again for the B part. Oh, okay. Okay, so the yo by itself becomes B when it's the days of the week because the yo part is contained in the day of the week part. Hey Google, how do you say Saturday in Japanese?
In Japanese, that's doyobi.
Doyobi.
Anything else you want me to translate?
Oh, wait. So, huh. Hey Google, stop translating. I don't think I ever noticed the way that worked, that it was the day kanji twice. First and third kanji is both sun and the classifier for it. Okay. So Sunday maybe not the best example for me. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that does make sense because a day could be measured in suns. So it's moon sun and sun sun and fire sun and stuff. Kind of makes sense to me. All right. Finish this row out and then we'll go do some Hiragana battle. Yay, loop start. Come on. Get into that hole, needle. I need less slack. I just don't want knots. And that totally felt like there were a bunch of knots there, but there weren't. Oh, I forgot there's a new version of Touch Portal today. Yeah, I see the blinking thing about it. And there's supposed to be improvements to if statements in this one that will allow me to have a Godbert / Strawbert roulette where you bet what are they called? Try-its. Similar to the built-in gambling, but you bet those and then you have the chance to spin the wheel of Strawbert. And if you get a shiny or a Godbert, you get different amounts back. And I think I'm going to limit that to like once per stream or something. Or maybe every 30 minutes. And it's going to be a redemption. You're going to have to pay to do it. Pay try-its. My biggest problem with using this camera is that it can only stay on without some kind of input from you for 20 minutes at a time. So that timer that was right here in the corner, counting down 30 seconds, was telling me, okay, live view is going to shut off unless you push some button on the camera. So I just go and press the exposure change button, which doesn't actually change anything unless I roll a wheel with it. Oh, right, I got to cut this. Hold on. Just to keep it from going to sleep. And so I can't use it as like my main camera while I'm like playing a game or something. Which is kind of too bad because it's got way more control over it in the camera itself than this camera. And it's truly 1080-60, whereas this camera is 1080-30, and it can technically do 60 by doubling every frame. You see every frame twice, and that technically makes it 60 frames a second, but it's not actually 60 frames a second. So now that I've reached the top of the mouth with this row, I'm going to go down under the mouth this way to like the bottom and the edge of the chin here, whatever, and then do this section separately. I will have to check the pattern and see whether there's any shading down here that needs to happen. Let me glance at that real quick just so I have it somewhere in my brain. There is shading under the chin, so I'm going to have to pay attention starting 2 rows under the bottom of the chin. But that will be for probably tomorrow. I don't know that I'm really going to be able to get much more stitching done today because I have other things to do today. What time is it? 3:45? Okay. So we'll be able to play Hiragana Battle for close to 2 hours. By the way, I apologize about that thing with my lip. I have an itch, and that is a totally unattractive way to scratch it. Gemstar, could you tell me off the top of your... Oh, wait, I already looked it up. Toyobi is Saturday. Toyobi wa, Peiji no tanjoubi desu. Kanojo wa 29歳です. Yes, Saturday we're going to do indoor skydiving in Kansas City, and then dinner at McCormick and Schmick Steakhouse. And then Sunday at noon, I've scheduled a couples massage in Kansas City. We're going to be staying there at some Marriott, a loft, it's called. And that's all that I have hardcore plans, because if I try to schedule too much that have deadlines and like rigid, we have to be here at this time, she's liable to get anxiety and shut down and not do it at all. She doesn't do so well with non-work related deadlines. I'll tell her you said happy birthday. Ah, crap. No, it's a knot. Okay. Good thing. I appreciate that I've learned that most knots, if you pull towards the loops and with the loops, they'll come out fairly easily. So the indoor skydiving, it's one of those iFly places. You're paying per quote-unquote flight, and each flight is only 60 seconds. You're only in the tunnel for 60 seconds at a time. And they recommend doing 4 flights. And I was like, before I knew that they were only 60 seconds, they don't advertise this anywhere. They don't tell you that a flight is only 60 seconds. So I had only scheduled 2 each because I'm like, we don't need 2, sessions or 4 sessions in there each, because I thought they were going to be 5-10 minutes, something like that. And what happened was I had booked 2 for the 2 of us, and then went and did something else and thought I had not finished the checkout process, and that it had just, timed out my cart or whatever. So I went and did it again, and so I had 2 reservations. And I guess that was a good thing, because after they told me each flight is only 60 seconds, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess we do need to do the 4 each. We're getting towards the end of this row. So, Gemstar, why do you know Japanese? Is it just because you're a nerd like I am and you wanted to know Japanese? And go to Japan someday? Took a semester of it in college and fell in love with it and took a few more semesters. What do you like so much about it? What made you fall in love with it? I did not have that option in my college, this tiny little Baptist college in South Mississippi. You weren't especially into anime or Japan, but you just thought the language was cool. Okay, just the language itself. Landon the Diabetic. Hello, Landon. Yes, Pokemon is great. The plan is to do 4 of these, which is really ambitious. I didn't realize how ambitious this was when I started doing this 5 years ago. I started on this Bulbasaur 5 years ago. I want to do Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu, each of them. However, this is huge for a first cross-stitch pattern. Many thousands of little X's. It's cross-stitch. So there are... You can see through the fabric. You can see the paper down here in my finger. And what you're seeing there is a bunch of gridded holes. And you're using the grid of holes to make little X's back and forth all along. Let's see if I can get this to focus this close. Yeah, you can kind of see the X's there. So you're making thousands of little X's. Now, okay, so I've been working on this very much off and on for 5 years. Part of it was, it was more work than I was expecting. And then I worked on it some at my grandparents' house over the holidays, and something about the way I was sitting at their dining room table stitching fucked up my neck. It was like spasmed and tight and whatever for weeks. I could hardly sleep. And so, hey, that turned me off of doing this. And then I don't know why a month or so ago, I decided, you know what? I want to finish this. I think it was about the same time I started playing Ark Survival Evolved. I wanted to have a hobby, something that had a result for my time, and make something and spend some time on it. And so I said, okay, I'm going to set myself a soft goal to finish this by my birthday, which is the middle of August. And I was doing 1 or 2 rows a day, and then I realized, you know what? That's not going to cut it. We are not going to get this done in 8 weeks if we're only doing 2 rows a day. We need like 10 times that. Really good setup for 44 followers. So that's a combination of things. So let's start with the wall behind me. Let me switch to chatting here. So the wall behind me, okay? This was originally supposed to be in front of my desk while I was working, so I'd have something more interesting to look at than a beige wall in our old house. We moved a year ago. And not too long after we bought the paint for this, I am a horrendous procrastinator. So I did not get it painted right away. So not too long after we bought the paint for this, I lost my job. And I have been a house spouse ever since. My wife has always made 2 to 3 times as much money as I ever did. Even at my best, she was making double what I made. Hello, thank you for following. Landon the Diabetic. Do you mind if I just call you Landon or Diabetes Boy? Small, funny side story I'm going to tell you in a minute. So that was the wall was supposed to be in front of me, and I've been a house spouse since then, and we moved, and we had the paint, and I'm like... right before we moved, or no, a year or so before we moved, I started streaming. And after we moved here, I'm like, there's this big bonus room down here. This is going to be my streaming space. And this is I thought a really interesting pattern. So I'm like, let's just use it on the wall behind me. So that's one part. The other part, another part, is this camera here. I used to do photography as a semi-serious hobby. I had the one step down version of this camera for 10 years. Diabetes Boy or Landon would be great. Okay, we'll go with Diabetes Boy. Probably more often Landon, but okay, real quick, speaking of Diabetes Boy, I keep getting ads for Dexcom on Facebook. I don't have diabetes. I don't think. I don't think I've quite gotten to the state or type 2 diabetes stage in my weight yet. And I wasn't born with type 1. So, okay, so this camera, I used to have this step down from this, and I had it for like 10 years and put like 120,000 shots through it. The counter of shots reset, and then I did another like 20,000. And then I bought this less than a year ago. I think I bought this since we moved because I kind of want to get back into it. It's just getting the motivation and finding things worth taking pictures of. You have the Dexcom, you do like it? Okay, so if I end up with type 2, which my inner fat kid is coming out more and more, if I end up with type 2, I may have to look into that. I'm working against it, though. I'm exercising. I'm eating fruit and vegetables. And okay, so that's the camera. This camera is just a Logitech C920, $50 at Target. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then I am just a technologically minded person. If it runs on electricity, I can usually figure it out. Have some protein with the fruit, though. Yes, I had Spam for breakfast. I know that's not awesome, but it was light Spam. It was lower calorie, lower sodium, lower fat. So anyway, what was I saying? I'm just a technologically minded person. I've always liked technology. I know a little bit of coding. I know a teeny tiny bit of design and things like that. So all of those things come together to help me do well in something like this, or to at least look like I'm doing well. By the way, Diabetes Boy, my name's Robert and I try things. Today I was trying the longest row, which you can't see the end of it. It's not very much past here. The longest single row on this Bulbasaur cross stitch. Don't go on a keto diet. I don't really go on any particular diet. I just know that, weight loss, the formula is calories in versus calories out. Are you burning more calories than you're taking? That is all of weight loss. Period. End of story. Unless you have some very rare genetic disorders. Very rare. All other weight loss is burn more calories than you take in. So that's sort of what I'm working on by eating more fruits and vegetables to fill me up versus things like fudge rounds or wheat thins or Cheez-Its or whatever. So I try things. So I'm trying, to finish the cross stitch and that longest row there. I just wanted to do that on stream for some reason. In a little bit, once I finish this row back here, it's like 10 more stitches. I'm going to try practicing some Japanese Hiragana, which is the basic lettering system in Japanese, is the short version. On Thursdays, I try whatever game or games are free from the Epic Game Store. And if you didn't know that Epic has a free game every week, here's your reminder. EpicGameStore.com, and you get anywhere from 1 to 3, it depends on the week, free games every week that you get to keep forever. This week, there's like a top-down roguelike dungeon crawler type thing where you are actually the bad guy that's defending the dungeon. And then what is the other one? It's something I'm not super jazzed about. What is it? Last week, it was Game of Thrones, the board game, digital edition, and then Car Mechanic Sim 2018. What is it? Geneforge, one mutagen. Oh, they added one. Okay, Hood, Outlaws and Legends, which looks like a Robin Hood RPG of some sort. So that's what I do on Thursdays is I try whatever game or games are free from the Epic Game Store. A lot of the time, if there are more than one game, I don't have the time to try them all. So I end up with a backlog, and that's what I do on Sundays typically. 7 p.m. Central both of those days. And then sometimes on Sundays, I'm just like, screw it, I'm going to do whatever I want. So sometimes I'll play like Ark Survival Evolved, or I'll do Cross Stitch, or anything I feel like. Okay, we have finished that row, and I really should have given myself more room here on this end. I may have to shift that over. All right, let's work on the Hiragana battle, which is on Steam, and it's this summer sale right now, so you could probably get these games for less than $1. That's what I did last year. Where is it? Learn Japanese to survive Hiragana battle. And so I can mute Spotify because it has kind of cool music. So the premise of this game is that you and your 4 friends, okay, it's just her on the map right now. It's Claire, not Alice. You and your 3 friends, so Claire, Eric, and Leon, live in this sleepy little village. And then this sorcerer from Japan decides he's going to come and take over the country. And he's using the warriors that he summons are Japanese Hiragana. They're the basic syllabary characters. And Misaki happens to be visiting from Japan, and she encounters you fighting these Hiragana warriors, and you can't damage them unless you know what they are and what they sound like. You have to say, no worries. You have to say, by the way, Jem, there was a thing that you said a little bit ago, and I accidentally ignored it. Why you like Japanese. It's so different from other languages. That's my understanding about like Asian languages, is they're very different from Western languages in the way that they're structured, with like verbs especially going at the end. The drink reminder. Yeah, the drink reminder is in the last couple of weeks since I got the new computer. What was I going to say? So Sorcerer invades your country with the Hiragana warriors, and you can only fight them if you know what the characters are. You have to say the character in order to attack it. And Misaki is teaching us, the other 3 of us, the characters. And we are halfway through them, something like that. All the blue check marks are side quests I've completed. Let's continue. Yeah, I just finished shopping. I remember that. I saved right before I closed. Ooh, what is happening? What? Oh, one of the charging cables was hitting the button to switch the capture card on and off. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and turn the camera off so we're not killing the battery. King of this country wants to meet with us. Okay. The king? Wow, what could he want? Not really sure, but we should go to the castle as soon as possible. Yay, going to the castle. On the world map. Alcott Castle. I don't really need to heal. I'm going to go ahead and heal. It only costs 3 yen. Juen. Oh, I should change the category. There we go. Yeah, I got it. No, I wasn't. Okay. So yeah, there's the 4 of us. Alice, Misaki, Leo, Leon, and Eric. This is very much supposed to be like Final Fantasy. It's a very simplified RPG. The main point is to teach the Hiragana more than to be a good RPG. Ooh, we're probably gonna... Oh, shoot, there's warriors here. Okay, so we have Pooh, Pa, and Bei. And if, Landon, if you're not familiar with Japanese characters, which I'm going to have to assume you aren't, This is the Pooh character, which is almost an F sound, but not really. And then this is a Handaku Ten, which changes the H/F sound into a P sound. And then this is the Ha character with the Handaku Ten that turns it into Ha with a P sound. And then this is the He character with a Daku Ten, which turns it into a B sound, which would be Be. So, in order to fight these, so we're going to answer player is going to do Pooh, attack the Pooh character. So is Masai, because at this point I don't think we are strong enough to one-shot. Boys are going to get Pop. And then we're just going to have to deal with Bear still being alive at the end of it. Guessing these guys have 50 health. Miss. 33 damage. Boo. Hello, Ariel. Back on low volume. Sweet. We are fighting some Hiragana warriors. Alright. So that is Be. 315, yeah. I'm guessing the series card. Last series had 2. Okay. I'm gonna go around this way and see if we can get up to that dragon spot thing. So we've got Be, He, and Whoa, that's Hope. Okay. Caught up in a week's worth of stuff. Holy crap! We got drama at work, Ariel. Okay, you know what? Looks like it's support here. You can do... we don't need speed. Saki, you'll be dead. And then Eric, you have to support by... wait, no, Saki can strength. Eric, hoping you'll be strong enough to one-shot him. Leon will be strong enough to one-shot both. Yeah, Bay is going to stick around. Leon is going to do bow. Whoa. Alright, Claire. Get your bay again. And everybody else can just do a whole. Where's our health? Ooh. Saki, you're gonna need to heal yourself. And then you guys can just do whatever. Because Claire's gonna take care of this. Well, you know what? We're gonna have Claire heal himself. Because I'm not sure if the battle's gonna continue after the warriors. And just for safety's sake, let's have you guys attack Bay. So Landon, how did you get here? I'm curious how you found the stream. Were you just browsing the art tag and you kind of saw the Bulbasaur? Is that what it was? So we still need to... There we go. I'm assuming we're gonna have to go over to the dragon thing later. Okay, so those are both entrances to the castle. So we're not gonna encounter enemies inside the castle, theoretically. So there's the king. Okay. So we gotta talk to the king first. is one of my students too. Leon is not the brightest of the bunch. Because I've decided it's time we took the fight to the enemy. We're going to go attack the sorcerer. Warlock Noburo has threatened us for long enough. I didn't realize I wasn't reading those other messages. My bad. My intelligence reports that he has returned to his homeland Japan to recruit more Hiragana warriors. I wish to charge you forward with the task of traveling to Japan and seeking Warlock. You want us to go to Japan where we know half the Hiragana. Okay. I had a feeling you might give us this task. Give this task to us. Rest assured, we are ready for this. Bravo, that's wonderful to hear. We will have to determine the best way to bridge your passage. May I make a suggestion? A while back, we discovered a ship docked at the pier behind Sunnyvale Farm. May we use it for passage? A splendid idea. I will send my best navigator to guide you. Excellent. Have my thanks. Very good. Now, before you set sail, there is just one issue of importance. In Japan, you will likely face foes greater than ever before. I need to ensure you are truly strong enough to handle this task. Thus, you will be tested here in the castle's dungeons. Yay, leveling up. My knights have managed to subdue a horde of Hiragana warriors. They are imprisoned in the dungeons. We will descend below and vanquish them at once. When this task is completed, I will know you are ready to travel to Japan. Very well, we accept the task. Bravo! Then please proceed to the dungeons. Simply head through a doorway on either side of me and ascend the stairs. Or descend the stairs. I was so confused by ascend. May luck be with you. Okay, so he wants me to descend, but I'm gonna... Yeah! Treasure! Samurai helmet. Okay, so I can't go. What's on the other side? More treasure. Canned coffee. Is that a place that can be? Store CMP. Okay. Who takes the most damage for no reason? I feel like Misaki. You get the samurai helmet. And then Eric gets... Alright, we are in the dungeon. Wancha! We've got Be, Pe, and Bo. There. I wish Misaki could go first. Can I change the order? No, for now. Misaki, this would go faster though. 0 damage. Cool. Oh, we have 4 of them. So we got B, Hu, Ha, and Po. We got the upper hand. What does that even mean? So, Landon, if you're paying attention or not, the first character there, here in the top left corner, is E, which is the Dakuten on He. Don't be confused by the bed that we were seeing before, because in almost every language besides English, vowels have one way to be pronounced. I is pronounced one way, E is pronounced one way, U is pronounced one way. And in Japan, that is the situation. So I is pronounced E is pronounced A is pronounced A. And I know that sounded really confusing. Okay. Oh, Misaki's out of... Or she doesn't have enough MP to do strength. Okay. So we will also... Leon, do you know strength? Leon does not know strength. He knows reflect. Eric's going to do strength, and Leon is going to do truth. Eric goes last for reasons I don't understand. What? So I want to go around the top right to get to that chest. So we got Pooh, Pa, and Day. We're just going to have to deal with that straight until we can get to the Ooh, almost got poison. Yeah, poison is annoying. Thankfully, it doesn't last outside of battle. That would be like way worse. Tom just texted me that he's going to stream tonight, but you're at work and can't be there. Rip. Rip. That does stink. No, at least we're everybody gang up on K. That's actually revives. That's helpful. I don't think I've ever had to revive anybody. Might have to down here in the dungeon. Okay, so So we've got B, Pu, Pa, and Po. Next time you get the chance, do about necklaces to show off. Necklaces, pearl, more than one. No, that's I'm just a huge fan of your accessories, Ariel. No damage. 100 Hiragana hits. Eric did the most damage. Interesting. I have the best equipment that I can on everybody, except for maybe that samurai helmet, but... Alright. Also gonna be Boy, is gonna be cool. Good. No point. 672. I think this is the right direction. Okay, bed, pit, and hook. There we go. I should have just opened my phone. Yeah. Eric is Japanese to survive, Hiragana better. So this is helping you learn the basic alphabet. It's not really, but the basic syllabary for Japanese. And there's a whole story behind it. Let's see, we got- oh wait, that wasn't. Everybody gang up on both. So Hiragana is the basic syllabary of Japanese. Japanese could. My mic is very low. Oh. How come nobody told me before? Japanese could be written completely in this syllabary that we're learning right now. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you letting me know. I don't know why no one told me earlier. Except for the fact that it's been written using kanji as well, which are Chinese characters. So prior to, I think something like 1400, or maybe it's 400. Within the last couple of centuries, Japanese was a spoken-only language. They had no writing system. And then the Chinese came over and introduced them to their writing system. And basically it went something along the lines of, okay, this character is house, this character is apple, this character is tiger, this character is farm, this character is cut, this character is eat. And the Japanese adopted those characters for their language. It wasn't a perfect adoption because Japanese and Chinese are structured differently. And if you were to just transliterate the characters from Chinese to Japanese and then try to speak it, it wouldn't actually really make any sense. So they had to do some rearranging, and then it was very difficult to read and write Japanese at the time because you had to know the Chinese characters and then kind of how things were different and whatnot. So the legend goes that some noble women so only nobles knew how to read and write at the time. And noble women kind of less so than the men because, you know, patriarchy and all that. But noble women knew enough of the Chinese characters to understand that certain characters made singular sounds. Like this Chinese character made the sound ha, And this Chinese character made the sound mo, and this character made the sound wa, whatever. And those were all the basic sounds. There are 46 of them in Japanese. And so they basically were like disregarding the meaning of these characters. Like this ha character could have meant, I don't know, cloud, right? In Chinese. So this ha character could theoretically have meant cloud in Chinese, but we're going to throw the meaning out, and we're just taking it for the sound that it makes. And so they started arranging the Chinese characters to make the sounds from Japanese in the order that Japanese would use them. And that ended up being evolved and changed and whatnot and simplified down to these 46 ish characters that now the only meaning they have by themselves is just the sound that they make, separate from the Chinese characters and their meanings. Now, because for X number of hundreds of years, Chinese characters were used in reading and writing, Japan still does use kanji for a lot of their text where it's appropriate. There are some Japanese words that are spelled only with hiragana, and there are some Japanese words that could go either way, and there are some Japanese words that can only be represented with kanji. And that's just because that's the way it is, because it was that way for a long time, and it's really hard to make nobles do things any differently just to make it easier on everybody else. So what we're learning here is the basic alphabet, quote-unquote, of Japanese. Sorry, I just hit my mic. Okay, so we're going down this way. Right or left? We'll go right. Definitely got to explore and get all of our treasure. Excuse me. So, like this first character here in the top left corner is the character Fu. It's kind of a hard H with your lips, almost an F. And when it's written, it's often represented as an F sound, but it's not quite an F sound, and it's the only near F sound in Japanese. So it's the character Fu, and I don't think that was its original form, but pretend, that started out as a Chinese character, a kanji, where it made the sound Fu, but the word was umbrella. It's not, but they threw away the meaning umbrella and just kept the sound Fu, and now it's used in Japanese as its own character. And like I said, it's been simplified and pared down and changed from the original Chinese character. I think all of them have, is my understanding. And now it's just a Japanese character that is the sound Fu. Anyway, so in order to fight these guys, the premise of the game is that Noboru, a sorcerer from Japan, has invaded this country that Claire and Eric and Leon live in, using these hiragana warriors. And the only way you can fight them is if you know the hiragana themselves, if you know the sounds they make, basically. And in order to attack them, you have to say the right sound. So this first character, Fu, I'm going to answer to fight it. And we've got all the different sounds that can be made so far that we've learned in the Japanese characters, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of them. I'm just going based on the colors here. And there are 8, technically 9 or 10, I think, total. I'd have to look at a syllabary. And so the character that I'm wanting to fight here is the Fu. So I'd have to select Fu, and attack that character. And I'd have to do that with each character that I want to attack that character. We're not strong enough to one-shot these guys yet, so 2 of them are going to have to attack each character. So this second one is He, but it's got a Han Dakuten on it, which turns it from an H sound to a P sound. So it's P versus He. If it had these marks, okay, so this is the Han Dakuten, the circle. If it had the little quotation mark looking thing here, that's just a Dakuten. That changes an H sound to a B. It does some other things to some different sounds. The H sounds are the only ones that get the Han Dakuten. But in the H sounds, it turns it into a B. So that is the Ha character with the Dakuten Actually, no, I'm going to do P again. I forgot. So Ba is just going to stick around and be able to be there for the next turn. Don't poison Claire. Okay, good. Claire needs to be... Miss! Okay. So now we get to attack Ba. Which, there it is. So we're going to use a Ramune to heal Claire outside of battle. Yay, level up. Interesting use of a turn-based game. Yeah. I don't normally like turn-based games, but it's kind of the only way this could work. Okay, item. We're going to use a Ramune on Claire. There we go. It's a very Final Fantasy-esque RPG kind of thing. Wow, this dungeon is big. Okay, so we've got Ho, Bu, He, and Pe. So we'll do Ho first. I just usually go from top left to right, and then, like, you know, reading direction for English speakers. Maybe I should do it the Japanese reading direction and start with Bu, top right and down, and then to the left and down. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch to that. Where is Bu? There it is. And then the boys will get Pe. Okay. I wonder what the boss fight is like. Have I had any kind of boss fight yet? I think there was kind of an early pre-boss fight. Like, you're fighting the boss, but he summons these guys. And I think you're intended to lose that first battle. Okay. Oh, shoot. Eric got hurt. We should be good. I'll heal him outside of battle. Okay. So now we're going to do Ho. And then He. There you go. Okay. Please don't kill Eric before the turn's over. You better be good? I don't know what you're talking about. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Don't kill Eric. 100 Hiragana hits. 672. Okay, so now we need to heal Eric. Alright. Yeah, that should be good for the next battle. And if I have to, I can heal him again. Okay, so that's the way down. Oh, shoot, I gotta go all the way over there for the treasure. Well, experience. Gotta keep track of the way there, though. Eric. Oh! Oh! Don't kill Eric. Yes. Okay, so we've got Pa, Pu, and Bei. Going from top right and down and then left and right. So Pa. Girls, you'll get Pa. Boys, you'll get Pu. I hope I picked the right one on Eric. Oh, wait. Did she one-shot Pa? We did level up. Hiragana hustle. Do the hustle. Okay. So all we got left is Bei. Okay. Oh man, what? The hustle? That was way before I was born. Like a decade or more before I was born. I think this is the right way. I hope. Okay, so we've got Po, Boo, and He. If she one-shots Po again, I'm going to have to rethink my strategy. Okay, Boo. Okay, didn't get one-shotted. Closer, though. 5 health.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
As far as I can tell, I haven't gotten muted over that since I got the shorter one. So, Gemstar, you may be interested in knowing that I have a karaoke redemption. Arlen made me sing Christina Aguilera last week. It was bad. I don't even know this song. Like, I feel like I'd do better if I knew the song I was singing karaoke, but I did not know it. Okay, Poo, Pa, and Ho. By the way, you have no idea how hard I'm fighting to not laugh every time I say poo. Okay, Pa now. There it is. Wanted to do that in your stream, but you read so many things about DMCA rules and I didn't want to get in trouble, so you have it turned off. So I look up specifically karaoke versions of songs, and now I've only done it twice, and nothing has happened so far. Yeah, karaoke version and sing along with it. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think. And if it's not, if they get mad at me, then I can take it off. All right, Ho. I haven't paid attention to whether Claire has one-shotted anything yet. We still don't need to heal Eric. Sorry, Eric, you don't get any healing yet. There's the treasure. Okay. And we're going to have at least one more battle before we get back out of here. Yep. Maybe 3 or 4 more. Eric, you're so fast and tough, you haven't been hit yet. So we got Poo, Pa, and Ho. Is that the same ones as last time? Hey! Some people hated Navi, and I guess I can't blame them, but I didn't hate Navi. Come on, don't poison Eric. Now, there is good reason to hate the camera in Ocarina of Time, but that's not Navi's fault. Getting out of order here. Now it's a running gag. I appreciate that you have a running gag of playing sound alerts on my stream. I appreciate that. Interaction is what all of that is all about. Okay, down this way. I don't even remember what was even in that chest. Did anybody notice? Anybody want to skip the stream back a minute or so and see what was in that chest? Okay, we've got Hu, Po, B, and Ha. All right. Who? There you are. Po. So I see the hydrate message there. I have no water down here. That surprised me. I thought it came out of the game. Oh, man. I hope whatever was in that chest wasn't equipment. Okay, so we're gonna do B. Anybody need healing? Eric is gonna need healing after this battle. You know what? I think I'm gonna have Eric heal himself. Misaki, you're gonna have to do B. We're gonna have an extra turn here. And ha. Okay. Gotta do everything yourself. Boom. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, he didn't die. All right, Ramune, and we're gonna have to do it again after the battle. Well, maybe. There it is. Where? Oh, there it is. All right, we are approaching level 19. So, yeah, I'll use a Ramune. Has anybody ever had a Ramune? I had one a few months ago. It was fun. All right, down to the next level. This dungeon is huge. This is the biggest thing I've been in this game. Okay. Ugh. All right, we have Poo, Pa, and Ho. Poo, Pa, and Ho. In English, some of this sounds really funny. Okay, Poo. You do Poo also. Pa. I'm gonna grab a soda. So this is Kroger brand Dr. Pepper knockoff called Dr. K. Thank you. That Pa was getting really annoying. Okay. Ho. I can leave the dungeon and come back. Could or couldn't live there. Where? What are we talking about? I'm trying to remember where we were talking about that you wouldn't be able to live, Eric. Okay. So, as far as I've been able to tell, poo is not a word in and of itself. It's a sound, it's a part of a word. So, I don't think I know any words that have poo in it, actually. Oh well. Okay. Down to the next level. Right before the stairs! Raffle time! Exclamation mark join to win up to 5,000 try-hits, with which you can mess with the stream to see what you can do in the stream. Exclamation mark store. That'll get you the link to all of the redemptions for your try-hits, which you can, mess with my game. You can make things happen on screen. Lots of fun stuff. You can make me do karaoke. Once per stream. Okay, so we've got Po, Boo, and He. Eric wins 5,000 try-hits. How many do you have now, man? It's not playing the sound. Or if it is, it's not very loud. There's a sound that I put on. Oh. I guess I put it too low. Okay. How do you check your points? Exclamation mark points. Yeah, I'm still not hearing that sound. Can I do over 100%? No. Okay. I may have to amplify that in Audacity. We'll have to do that later. Eric has 18,600 try-its. Awesome. Okay, back to the game. So all we have left is heat. There it is. Did anybody even take any damage? Maybe some, but not much. Claire is very close to being able to one-shot these guys. Misaki is not. All right, like 2 more battles, and we should be able to level up. Right, so exclamation mark store to get the list, and then you do your exclamation mark redeem, and then whatever it is you want to redeem. And they're like all one word. Okay, so I don't need to go down to the right. I don't need to go down there to the right. Okay, so we have Pooh, Pa, and Ho. Now, 2 of them do want you to have additional text afterward, the karaoke and the F-it. Karaoke is which song? Oh, impersonate also. Yes, who do you want me to impersonate? You can just... No, it hasn't actually been redeemed. So, Eric, you got to do redeem, impersonate, Sean Connery, all in the same message. It's not going to spend the points if you don't. Okay, now we have left is Ho. And we've got like almost no damage. There we go. We are 63.
Guess
There
what?
we go.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
For some reason, Christopher Walken is always the one that comes to mind when someone says impersonation or impression. But Sean Connery is another good one. So let's do that. Hey, Google, 60 seconds on the clock. My name is Robert, and I try things. Today I'm trying to learn Japanese characters called Hiragana. They are the basic syllabary or building blocks of the Japanese language. I am probably doing a terrible job at being Sean Connery. What on earth is happening here? There is a knight down here at the bottom of the dungeon. Ah, you made it through the dungeon. The king will be thrilled. I will go and let him know. Please make your way back to the castle's throne room. I'm probably throwing way too much throat action into here. These clothes, can I take them? I cannot take the clothes. We are in the garden. I'm a fan of gardens. I have one of my own. I have eaten 1 cucumber from my garden this year. I expect dozens more. Oh, we are back out on the ground. Shh. Stop. There we go. Sean Connery for 60 seconds, performed badly by Robert. Okay. So we have Boo, Pe, Ho, and He. Boo. There you are. Pe. Ooh, Claire one-shot it. Worth every try it. Impersonations are not nearly as bad as karaoke. I will be happy to do impressions. Those are very similar terms, but they have different connotations. I'm happy to do impressions more than I am karaoke, but I will do karaoke if it gets redeemed. Okay, we have ho and he left. Ho. And he. There we go. All right. We are like 600, or excuse, yeah, 600 something into the next level. Let me save. I don't want to die on the way to the throne room. There we go. Cool. No more battle. So there were only 2 levels to that dungeon? A gift. We obtained 10,000 yen. Sweet. Juhyaku. No. Juman? Ichi sen. Hold on. 10,000 is a unit in Japanese counting. It goes, 1 through 10, and then you've got tens, and then you've got hundreds, and then you've got thousands, and then you've got 10,000s up to either 10 or 100 million. So between 10,000 and 100 million, I think, you're counting the number of 10,000s. And I'm pretty sure, shoot. Is it sen? I can't remember, but we got 10,000 yen. Good luck, my brave heroes. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, we need to get ready to travel to Japan. We'll head back to town first. Gather what supplies you need, then come talk to me. Okay. Oh, and yeah, we're instantly back in town. Let's heal. For 10 yen. Juen. So, yen is a little bit deceptive. That's what the rest of the world calls the Japanese currency, yen, but it's not actually yen. It's en. It just sometimes when it's flowing from other words, counters, numbers that end in the n sound, it can kind of sound like there's a Y there, or sometimes a Y will be inserted there. But there actually is not a ye sound in Japanese. It's just N is the currency. All right. All right, so I have the best gloves. I have the best sword. I have the best spear. I have the best axe. I have the best cloak. I have the best shield and then some. And I have the best hat and then some. Okay. Why can't I sell the coffee? Equip it to raise max HP and MP by 10%. Oh, it's an accessory. I didn't buy anything, I just sold some stuff. Okay. So, are there any more side quests to do before I leave? No more side quests, okay. Can I go through that curtain in the back of the restaurant here? I can. Oh. No, I can't. I can try. All right, let us save and then talk to Misaki. Let's board the ship for Japan. Nihon. We'll be back here soon. Okay. We're sailing west and north to get to Japan. Let's do our lesson. More vocabulary. Yay, vocabulary is good. Vocabulary is like 80% of language learning is my understanding. This lesson's subject is transport.
電車
Word one is densha, which is train. I knew that. So the reason it's mixing the hiragana and romanized letters here is because I haven't yet learned the n sound, the n hiragana, nor have I learned the ya hiragana. And so it's just substituting in the English version of that. Now, the thing about
Densha.
sha here, so we've got den sha. Sha is all one sound, except we've got the shi character here, and then we'll get there, but there's the ya character. When certain characters like ya and you and yo, especially, and then like tsu, are written half size, that lets you know that they're pronounced a little differently from normal. So combining the shi with the ya gives you sha. And if we had yo, it would be sho. If we had you, it would be shu. And there are certain characters that you can do that with, and certain ones you can't. Like most of the sounds that end in e, like he, ye, he, she, me, ni. The ones that end in the e sound can usually be thrown together with one of the y sounds and turn it into like, let's see, there wouldn't be like hyo or pyo or that kind of thing. It's not common as far as I've encountered. Anyway, densha is train.
自転車
Jitensha is bicycle. Jitensha.
自転車自動車
Word 3 is jidosha, car. That is not the word that I learned for car. The word I learned for car is kuruma. Jidosha. 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 The word I learned is kuruma. That's something I'd be interested in looking up.
自動車飛行機
Hikoki, airplane. I think that is the one I learned. Good afternoon, Omicron Gamma. Nice to meet you. My name's Robert, and I try things. Today, I'm trying to learn Japanese hiragana, which is the basic syllabary of the language. What brings you to my humble stream today?
飛行機
Hikoki is airplane. I learned jidosha, which is car, just a moment ago, and that's different from kuruma, which is the other word for car that I learned previously, outside of this game.
バス
Basu. So the thing about basu here is that it's not technically supposed to be written in hiragana. It's supposed to be written in katakana, which is for like typically for loan words. Sometimes look for streams where people learn Japanese. Okay, I am sounding like I know more than I do. Gemstar, who's been off and on in the chat, knows better Japanese than I do. And my brother-in-law, who was the very first person to chat, and then I guess he's lurking or something, or he just pops in to say hi, I guess, learned Japanese for like 2.5 years so that he could speak Japanese for the army. And then he got into the special language program for the army, and they said, no, you need to learn Arabic. So he had to forget Japanese and go learn Arabic. And that's what he's doing right now, is learning Arabic. So as far as basu goes, this is supposed to be typically written in katakana because bus is not a native Japanese word. It's an English word that they borrowed and are spelling with the closest equivalents of Japanese characters. There is no just s sound in Japanese. It ends in su, so it's basu.
バス
Japanese is a very pure language in a number of ways, way different from English. Arabic sounds very difficult. I don't know anything about what he's learning except for the fact that it's Arabic. It sounds really hard. He had been learning A dialect that is not spoken by a whole bunch of people. That was very difficult for him to get any kind of media in that dialect so that he could practice it. Games, movies, shows, whatever. And then they switched him to Egyptian Arabic dialect, which is way easier to get stuff in that language. Been trying to work on Arabic in Duolingo, and you really wish there were better ways to check pronunciation to see if you're doing it right. There is no pronunciation practice for Japanese in Duolingo. I don't know if there is for Arabic. Duolingo is not the greatest option. It's a good starting point to get you started, but one of your cousins is in Egypt for a few weeks doing an intensive Arabic language course. Okay. What are we dinging about? Okay, my therapy appointment tomorrow. Okay. Brian is at, I didn't even know Johns Hopkins had a language school. I thought it was a medical school, and that's like the main thing. But they have a language school too, and that's where he's learning Arabic. Okay.
船
Word 6 is boat, which is fune. Fune. That's a new word to me. Fune. Fune is boat. Fune, boat. Now I'm sure there's like a difference between boat and ship. Fune, 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 boat. Okay.
船駅
Eki, station. Most usually train station. Eki.
駅空港
Kuko, airport. That's where you get on a... Damn it, I forgot the word for airplane already. It'll come back to me at the quiz.
空港新幹線
Shinkansen is the bullet train. Yes, it is.
新幹線切符
Kippu. Ticket or technically receipt could be used there also.
切符
Okay, now we're going into Hiragana, so we'll save. What time is it? 5 o'clock? Okay. I'm probably going to have to quit after the lesson part here. Chikatetsu. That is a familiar word. They didn't teach me in the game. Chikatetsu. That's a familiar word, but I don't remember what it is. If you don't use it, you lose it, Robert. Chikatetsu. What is that, Gem? Remind me. Okay, so this is the M series. We got Ma, Mi, Mu, Me, and Mo.
ま
What are we thinking about? Okay. It's some kind of train, but you can't remember which. Chikatetsu. Chikatetsu. Remember people in Language Lab having fun trying to pronounce it. Jikokyo is a timetable. Yeah, that would probably be difficult to pronounce. Chikatetsu, chikatetsu, chikatetsu. I know that word. I don't remember what it means. Subway! Subway! That's what it is. Underground train. Subway. Chikatetsu. Okay. Ma.
ま
Yes. Do 1, 2, 3. See, if you had said it, I would have confirmed it because I'm like, yes, that's what it is. But I'm really glad that I came out with it myself.
Me.
We got me.
Me.
Parallel and slightly tilted.
Mu.
Mu. Mu is a fun character for me. Hyo is always a tricky one for you to pronounce, especially when it's after other syllables. What was the word that she was? Jikoku hyo? Jikoku hyo. Jikoku hyo. Jikoku hyo. I feel like it would be for me if I actually spoke Japanese out loud very much. I need a Japanese language partner, but I am not actually ready for that yet. But maybe, I don't know. Okay, Moo. I like the character Moo. I don't know why. I just do. Yes, Omicron Gamma. What? Why are you interested in learning Japanese? Unless you are Japanese or you live near Japan or in Japan. Although I can't imagine a native Japanese speaker. Well, I mean, people have problems pronouncing English words, so I guess native Japanese speakers maybe have problems pronouncing certain things. I know there are Japanese tongue twisters and puns. All right. Yeah, I really like the Moo character. Don't know why.
Meh.
Meh. Not to be confused with Nu. And then also not to be confused with part of O. And yeah. Or no, not O. Ah.
Meh.
I had so much trouble with like me, mu, or me, nu, and then ne, re, and wa originally. And now I kind of get it. Just takes practice, repetition.
Mo.
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 Wait, the first stroke looks like a hook? I thought the order for Mo was the horizontal lines and then the hooky shape. Have I been doing that backwards this whole time? Yep, let's save. Okay, and then we'll go through whatever cutscene, and then once we get to Japan and we're moving, I will go ahead and shut it down and go get some custard. Okay. Oh, quiz time, that's right. Okay, that's me. That is Mo. What? Oh, it's Ma. That is Mo. Mo is this one. Me is this one. Tokyo. Whoa. This is really modern compared to the country we came from. Noboru! Ah, you found me! But I know this city like the back of my hand. You won't catch up to me. I mean, yeah, it's Tokyo. It's really hard to catch up to somebody, unless you know it. He's getting away! Wait, don't go after him. This could be a trap. Geez, I hate to let him go, but you might have a point. We need to be cautious and not run in blindly. Everybody, we're exhausted from our long journey. Let's regroup and refresh before we go into danger. So this is like modern-day Japan. Take a walk around and familiarize yourself with this city. When you're ready, come find me and we'll come up with a plan together. Interesting. All right, so there's Misaki. Hello, lady. What is the purpose of capital letters? Mostly to start sentences and to denote proper nouns. That's the main reason. Omicron Gamma is German, and you watched a lot of anime and you think it was that Japanese storytelling and art that's just so different from European and American culture, yes. Also, you like Japanese games and started to really like some music. Also, learning Japanese gives you a challenge. I mean, yeah, you already speak German and English. May as well have another challenge. That is my biggest okay, no, can't even say that. It's one of my insecurities about European people and the education system and everything is that I know one language. That's all I got. Reasons have grown over time the more you've learned. That is good news. I like that. Okay, let's talk to this lady. Konnichiwa. Hello, it's nice to meet you. My name is Suzuhara. Welcome. All right, old folks, let's talk to you. Ohayo gozaimasu. Oh, you speak English. I will practice my English with you. Hello, yes, that is all. Goodbye. That's about all I got in Japanese. I feel you, old man. Konnichiwa. Hi. What did he say? That is all. I don't really know a phrase for that, but I know sayonara. Please excuse my husband, dear. He likes to practice his English every chance he gets. We're visiting Tokyo from Germany. Hey, is this you, Omicron Gamma? Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh, that's probably a song lyric from some song that's older than I am, right, Eric? Did you think we were Japanese? Oh, ho, ho. Omicron Gamma showing up in the game. This person in a uniform? Yokoso, welcome to Tokyo. The song, yeah, geesh, man. Yes, I'm old and I'm an old grandma. How did you know? I'm psychic that way. You should come again in the spring. The cherry blossoms are beautiful. So what is it, summer now? Maybe we can go on a date? Dang. Who's the blonde guy here? This vending machine has everything. I just bought 10 cans of warm custard. Oh, this is Leon. Warm custard. Okay, let's buy 3, 4, 5 ramen, yeah. Okay, here's an inn where we can heal up, but I already did that before we left. Jem knows that song. I don't know that song. Sorry, guys. Okay, can't go that way. Talk to this girl. You gotta look both ways when crossing the street, otherwise the police will get you. That's what my grandpa said. Look, that guy down there knows what he's doing. He's been crossing the street for the last hour. Which guy? This guy? It's a classic, Neil Young. I know the name Neil Young. I could not tell you any of his songs. If I had heard them or not a clue. Hello, do you see that large gray building to the north? They sell a lot of fake weapons, like props and replicas for movies and games. But there's been a rumor that they also sell real weapons. A dangerous thought if you ask me. This is so Japanese culture. How would you get them to sell you those How you would get them to sell you those weapons is beyond me. Ha! Let's find out. I need weapons. Business is bad lately. I wish I could turn things around and make the boss proud of me. I have to do my best because everyone back home is counting on me. Wait, I just had an idea. You're not from Japan, right? Can I give you a sample of my product? My business has trouble getting our product in front of people in other parts of the world. If you tried it and spread the word, maybe we could become famous in other places too. What do you say? Will you try this can of coffee? Coffee's good. It's been crossing the street for the last hour. Ah, that's great. Here, please take it. Yo, it's raffle time! Exclamation mark join to win up to 5,000 try-its. Omicron Gamma, if you're still listening, try-its are how you can interact with the stream. You can make things happen on screen. You can mess with my game, things like that. So if you do exclamation mark join in the chat, you'll be entered in that raffle. You could win a total of 5,000 try-its, or if multiple people win, it splits it. And then if you do exclamation mark store, it'll do the list of all the things that you can buy with those try-its. Okay. Coffee. Try it out next time you need an energy boost. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember to tell your friends. Another vending machine, which I can only buy ramen and canned coffee. Oops, I didn't mean to buy the ramen, but that's fine. Okay, so she has a side quest. I don't want a side quest yet. Hi, Eric. So many nice cars. I wonder if they're made here. How do you know what a car is, Eric? You don't have cars in your kingdom. So that's a hospital. That's another side quest. What is this? Oh, it's an ATM. Yeah, exclamation mark store. So you would do exclamation mark redeem and then one of those things. And some of them will ask you for additional information. I think there's like 3 of them. But other ones, you can just do exclamation mark redeem, whatever. And it depends on how many points you have. Who won the raffle? Omicron Gamma won all 5,000 try-its. Congratulations. Good job. So, like, my favorite right now is barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. So if you do exclamation mark redeem, do a barrel roll, and it's all one word. You'll see what happens there, and you may guess what that is. No, I didn't need to click there. The music in this hospital is weird. It's creepy. O genki desu ka? Hi. Okay, yeah, I knew that. What about you, old man? Ohayo gozaimasu. Byoki desu. Byoki, that's hospital, right? Byoki? Oh, hello. Visiting hours are finished today. Sorry. Okay, so let me check in the inn. Or excuse me, in the weapons shop. Okay. I sell weapons. The guy next to me sells armor. What do you want? Huh. Oh. Oy. Oh, I never noticed up here in the top left. Okay. You need 5,000 more for karaoke. Who's not wearing a mask? Oh, the guy in the hospital? But he's in the hospital. I never noticed up here in the top left, it tells you who each weapon type is for. I, like an idiot, was like trying to memorize, okay, who has which type of weapon. Okay, so I need a lot of money. Okay, so the best defense is a good offense, right? Okay, let's buy all the weapons. Okay, so I have 4,051. Let's go and equip these. Thanks. Leave. Wow. Rude. Of course, Omicron Gamma wants karaoke. Now, Omicron Gamma, don't blame me for this. And Gemstar, I'm sorry, because I know it got crazy in your stream for this, but Omicron Gamma, one thing you can do with your try-its is you can gamble them. If you do exclamation mark gamble, and then an amount, or a percentage, or all, or half, I guess, something like that, you can gamble and potentially double your try-its. The odds are something like 30% in your favor-ish. I don't know the exact number, but something around there. So you could do exclamation mark gamble 5,000 if you felt like it. You don't mind the gambling. You just think it's funny how hyped Axie gets about it. He does get weirdly hyped about it. He and Shot want to hoard all the points. Actually, Axie doesn't mind if he has points or not. Shot wants all the points. I want people to spend the points. That's what I have them for. Okay. Let's optimize you. Optimize. 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 So now we can sell our old weapons. Nope, weapon. Alright, so now I'm back up to 13,000. Let's check out the armor. Okay. Gemstar has 14,850 try-its. Shoot my shot! Okay. Alright, so we've got... Let me switch to chatting real quick. So I've got my paper ball. It's a very rough paper ball. Right over my shoulder here next to the mini fridge is my trash can. Who redeemed it? Gemstar, do you want me to shoot with my right hand, dominant hand, or left hand? Make your choice. You pick. Okay. Let's go with left hand, just for funsies. I'm going to have to move my mic, though. Okay. All right. I did not make it. Sorry, Gemstar. Sorry. I am not talented. So, Gemstar, if you're not familiar with Touch Portal, that's how I did all the what are they called? Emotes that were there when you redeemed it, and the sound and the automatic messages when I didn't make it. Okay. So, right now the best armor is the samurai armor, and I can only afford one of them. All right, and then didn't even know what that redeemable thing did. You didn't click on the link and go look at what the redeems are. Yeah, so you spend 1,000 triets, and if I make the shot, you get 2,000 triets. Hi, Charlie. Oh my gosh. Hey, buddy. Now, you guys can trigger that almost anytime you want with !kitty cam. There's no triets cost there. I think there is a cooldown of like every 5 minutes. Oh, you just looked at the list in the chat when you did the points. Yeah, if you do !store, it does the list of them, but then there's also the link to the Stream Elements store, and that describes them. You can buy them on the site, but I don't really have a way of getting notified of that. I think maybe I get an email, but I don't pay attention to that while I'm streaming, and they only work while I'm streaming. So better to do it in chat. Okay, so I can't really afford anything else. Okay. So let's equip. I want Eric to have the dang samurai armor because he seems to be dying a lot, or close to dying. Oh no! I'm sorry, Omicron Gamma. Them's the breaks. So you're telling me you have about a 30% chance to double your points. Seems like a terrible decision. Let's do it! Perfect. That's exactly right. Okay. Gameplay. There we go. So let's sell Traveler's Cloak. How much do we have now? 49, 41. So now what can we buy? I cannot buy the highest level of anything. Okay. So we're going to have to go do some more battles later. All right. That's going to be it for that. So let's look at what we're going to be playing tomorrow. So tomorrow is Free Game Thursday on the Epic Game Store. We have 3 games up to, I don't know when they added this Hood one, but last time I checked, there were only 2 games, the Gene Forge and the Iratus. Gene Forge is a lot like StarCraft, kind of meets like League of Legends a little bit. Way lower level graphics. But you are a... what do they even call them? Let's just play the trailer. You're a shaper. You can create life and change it and whatnot to serve you. It reminds me a whole bunch of StarCraft. I've never played League of Legends, but I understand it's kind of similar to this, but team-based. No, this just looks like StarCraft. Okay. You have units and go and do these things and whatnot. Okay. Man, this looks like old school original StarCraft. A flish. At least the dinos don't get stuck around corners like they do in Ark. So this is one of the games that we're going to have available to play tomorrow. I don't want to finish that trailer. That's long and loud. We also have Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. I've never seen this one. Is it actually pretty? Now, what is the gameplay like? Show me actual gameplay, not pre-rendered cutscenes. Okay, that gameplay doesn't look bad. Cross-platform squad invites. Oh man, is this online co-op with people I don't know? I mean, at least it looks kind of unique. Winner steals all. Okay. Let's read some of the description. There's my mouse. All right. In a violent medieval world, outplay rival gangs in intense PvPvE multiplayer heists. Moving in stealth to steal treasures unseen or dominating through loud and brutal combat, only the best will escape with hard-earned riches. Huh. PvPvE. I've never done that. So you're competing to be the ones to steal the most, basically. Is there... Man. I hope this is still any kind of fun for lonely people who don't like competing with other people. And then we've got Eratus,
One
Lord of the
life
Dead.
vanishes from this world.
It's not showing the gameplay super great in this trailer.
Extinction of life.
It seems a lot like one of the mobile gacha games, but since it seems to be like a full game, hopefully there's not an actual money gacha system. But like you're trying to collect to
You will soon
get all
embrace
these
your
characters
new
and whatnot.
existence.
Black Widow.
Death comes in loud.
Okay. Turn-based tactical roguelike RPG set in a dark fantasy universe. Okay. Okay. So those are the 3 games that we have the option of playing tomorrow. Reminds me of Darkest Dungeon. I've not heard of that. To me, it reminds me of the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, which is totally a mobile gacha game. And that's the closest thing I have to compare it to. I've not played really many games in this style. So more than likely what we're going to play first is the Hood, Outlaws, and Legends, because it's the one I'm least excited about. So I'd like to kind of get it out of the way first. And if I end up loving it, then I might play it for a really long time. But it's likely that I won't play it very long. So, oh, hey, the cats are getting fed. It's 5:30. We have an automatic feeder, and it's right over there. So we'll probably play that first and then switch to one of the others. By then, I might be running low on time by the time I finish trying one of the others. So the other one will have to get put on the queue in the roulette for, what's it called? Trying later. So like I've got the roulette wheel here. I'll add it to that wheel so that we can play it later on a Sunday whenever the wheel decides it wants me to. Or, you know, chat can decide what I'm going to play. I don't really have a strong preference in any particular direction. I will say, back here, Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. PC Builder Sim, much better game, at least as far as teaching you how to play the game. Car Mechanic Simulator, the tutorial was you're in this big garage, and as you scan past such and such item, it pops up, here's what this item does. It doesn't tell you how to, like, why you would want to do that. what parts it works on, in what order you need to do things, nothing like that. It just expects you to figure it out on your own, and that pisses me off so badly with such a complex game. Anyway. And then the Game of Thrones board game was a lot like Risk with other stuff added to it. Anyway, Superland, though, it's too late to get it now, but a couple of weeks ago it was free, and I like it a lot. It's going to stay on the rotation of things I might play on Sundays for a while, until I finish it at least. Okay, that will be it for today. I have a date with some friends. I say a date. Plans with friends to meet for, not sherbet, custard in 30 minutes. So I will see you guys on Sunday, 7 p.m. Central. Today is Wednesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, and then Sunday, 7 p.m. Central, and maybe sometime in the middle of there if I feel like it. Oh, shoot. No, there won't be a stream Sunday. Man, I am just all over the place changing my mind. No stream Sunday because we're going to be out of town for Paige's birthday. Paige, Tanjobi. Yes. Thank you, Gemstar. I'm glad you were here. Thank you for participating and having me shoot my shot. Eric, thank you for all the sound alerts. Landon, thank you for following. Omicron, if you care about seeing me try any of the other stuff, you're welcome to follow too. What else? I'm glad we got the longest row on the Bulbasaur cross stitch done. It's not as long as I thought it was. It's only like maybe a 1/4 inch longer than it sticks out here, but I'll continue working on that. I have a soft goal to finish this by my birthday in the middle of August. We'll see if that happens. There are many thousands more stitches to go. Some of them I'll probably do on stream. And we'll probably soon play some more of the Hiragana battle as well. So thank you again, guys, for joining me. Everybody have a great evening. Be safe. Stay hydrated. I always say that, but I'm not going to stay hydrated. Drink as much as you want of whatever you want. Have a good night.